Freak for you to demise. I look to the end, I see the beginning. We shouldn't be killing or even winning. Walls can fall down, they're falling down all around. Tell me to get down, go to a new town. Problems and solve, the world will evolve. As long as you're told when you're rolling your zone. If I can know how, I'll tell you to go now. If you say when, you want me to stay down. Sticks and stones will break my bones. Blaming deceit will stick in my throat. Rules we have, cause the shadow that's black. The heart attack will last, and that is a fact. Temptation, deliverance, leading to fear. One more reason for people to cheer. Navigate through corruption and hate. Sit back and relax, it's your turn to wait. Nothing can stop the revolving door. Wasting your time on one more high score. Look at your past, did you have a blast? Follow the path, it's a difficult task. Decisions are made, but the future is paved. Think of the agony that could have been saved. Go with your feelings, whether you're dreaming. No point in sitting, staring at the ceiling. If a job's worth doing, it's worth doing well. Think of the stories your children will tell. And all being well, your theory will sell. Don't live a life that's ruled by a bell. Ignorance is bliss for an easy time. Making your life a little sublime. Gotta get out. Gotta get out. Gotta get out. 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 Gotta get out. Gotta get out. Gotta get out. 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 An individual selling his soul. Reality reaping ahead on a pole. Doing what you know to be wrong, just so you can make another song. Rush from the height, another delight. Getting it right, the kid is alright. He might be scruffy, but his brain is intact. Truer than most, and that is a fact. Overload, non-industrial junk. Ignoring the system must make him a punk. Envy is a disgusting word. Feeling it is more absurd. Get on with your life, frighten mice. One just slice, believing it's nice. Get out early before it's too late. Sitting on the fence, you'll have a long wait. Gotta get out.
Boom, boom. Just take that little sticker off that says turn mic on. Hopefully we have got sound. How is everyone doing on this wonderful Saturday afternoon? Saturday the 10th of October. Right, as ever, I need to know if we can be heard. I know the music's working because I've already been on there and seen it, but I think we can hear it because I can hear, so all is good. How is everyone doing out there? Let's do a little big love heart shape for you there. Thanks for all tuning in. Right, hope everyone is all well, staying safe and all of that jazz. I'm keeping very well. The rest of the family's doing well, so I hope you and your families are doing well. Right, it's Saturday afternoon. It's 3 o'clock. It can only mean one thing: meltdown in lockdown. Let's hope we don't have any meltdowns today, though. Because last week was a bit of fun, wasn't it? Doing the old Aegis skins. God, that is a classic case of it'll be all right on the night and or it was the afternoon. But that was some fun. So if you haven't seen it, check out last week's review. all of the ones I've done in the last 6-7 weeks. We've got timestamps on them, so if you don't want to watch all of it, you can just go onto the timestamp, click on like the unboxing or the rebuild or whatever section, and it's all there for you. So hope everyone is doing all right. So we'll just have a little puff. We've got the E-Win Vape pipe mod here with the Ed Zachary K-Fun Light replica bought from Nature Vape, and let's have a little puff. Lovely. If you want to check out the review for that, it is on the channel. Unfortunately, the Ed Zachary isn't, because we're not allowed to do clones. Right, of course, today, Meltdown in Lockdown, we have got the Vandy Vape Kylin Mini version 2. And for anyone that's new to the channel and the format, what we do is we're doing a live review. I recorded the unboxing and the rebuild live last night, one take for each. We're going to stream it onto here, and I will be narrating over the top. After we've done that, I will give you my thoughts and pros and cons and all that. So you'll have to bear with me. I will give you all some shout outs in a minute in chat. But while I'm doing the review and that, I'm not really going to be answering any questions or anything. If you've got any questions about the Kylin Mini, wait until I've given you my final thoughts, because I will tell you everything before then. Single coil atomizer, 24.4 millimeters, 37.7 in length. And we've got 3 millilitres and 5 mil capacity. The one that I've got, it's been sent over by Sourcemore. Big thanks for Sourcemore for doing that. It's really appreciated in return for a unbiased review. Right, you can obviously buy it in the UK as well. We'll talk about prices and all of that after the review as well. Obviously it's going to come, I think it's in 2 mil, and you probably get the bubble glass as well. I'm not sure, because I've been sent the Chinese version. So that is that. Afterwards I'll have a little questions and answers, probably only be an hour this one. We'll just see what happens. I'm not having a drink today. I am basically going to go out and get some fish and chips later in the old car, so I thought I'd stay sober for a change. So yeah, I'm actually feeling pretty good, pretty high on life. So yeah, that's what we're running like today. So let's go from the top, see who we've got in chat today. Let's have a quick butchers on YouTube. 29 in the house. Awesome. Thank you very much for that. Really is appreciated. So big love for that. So before we get on to the shout outs, I'd just like to say, if you give the video a thumbs up, if you're new to the channel, if you could hit the subscribe button and the notification bell as well, you'll make sure you don't miss any of my reviews that are coming up. So yeah, do that. That'd be awesome. Right, let's go to the top then. Who have we got in there? We've got Late Night Vape Show, Mick. I'm only here for the rage sweat. Hopefully we won't have any of those today, mate. Simon62, what's up, buddy? How you doing, mate? We've got, who else have we got in here? Any other chatters? Come on, don't be shy. Lewis Fishing, how you doing, buddy? Becca Lumps, nice to see you in here, Becca. Thanks for tuning in live. Who else have we got? Subhome Silver Reviews, how you doing, buddy? Of course, guys, always check out the fellow reviewers. We've got Subhome Silver Reviews. He does e-cig clip written reviews, and also got his own YouTube channel if you want to check him out. Simon62 has as well, and the Late Night Vape Show. So we've got Net Reality in here. He's also a fellow reviewer. We've got Adrian Mason. We've got Stuart Ayrton. Who else have we got? Paul Winstanley. How you doing, brother? Thanks for tuning in. We got someone with a Russian name, it looks like, or a Greek name. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I'll call you Nav, because that's what it looks like in English. How you doing, mate? What else have we got? Peter Kent, all good here. How's the family? We're all doing well, mate. Touchwood. Thanks very much for asking. Jose Lopez at work just stopped to say what's up. Thank you very much, Jose. Hope you're doing well, my buddy. Macasta 1878 afternoon all. I got mine from E-Cig1 and came with the bubble glass. Thanks for confirming, mate. Right, Chasing Clouds and Flavour Reviews. What's up, buddy? Nicky B Reviews. Hi, Nicky. Nice to see you in here. All these ones that say reviews in them are other vape review channels, so do check them out, guys. Right, who else we got? You drive a Focus ST, mate? No, I've got the Mark 8 Fiesta ST 2020 edition. The ST2, 200 horsepower, 1.5 turbo. And that's about it. Anyone else that wants to say hello, please do so. Right, so thanks for tuning in. As I've already said, guys, I really do appreciate it. Right, as I've already said, we are vaping on the eWin Vape pipe mod with the Ed Zachary. We also have the Aston Vape, Aston RTA on the Dovpo, is it Dovpo? Fucking hell, I can't remember what it's called now. Who's it made by? Is it EH Pro? Fucking hell, my mind's gone blank. I can't remember what it's called. Someone in chat, please tell me. I have reviewed it on the channel. It's a tube mod that's sort of semi-regulated with protections, but we are vaping on that. I think it looks pretty cool with the Aston RTA. Let's have a little puff on it. What's up, Fiona? How you doing? Hope you and Ian are doing all right. So nice to see you in here. Yeah, so Aston RTA. We've also got the Vaporesso bar pod here. Really good device. I think Neil Cousins has already reviewed it. I will be reviewing it at some point, and I have been getting on with it a lot. Picked it up for about 16 quid, so nice and cheap and cheerful, but works really well with Nick salts. I wish they sold those cars in the States. I thought they did, mate. Are they not selling the Fiestas in the States? Not sure about the Mark 8 versions. I know they had the Mark 7s. Right, we've also got the Juggernaut V2, which is basically my go-to vape. And we've got the Aegis X with the Aegis, custom Aegis skins. The review for these skins was on here last week. We've also got the Kylin Mini here with the Aegis Max, and we've also got the MF Vape logo custom skin. If you want to check out my Meltdown review, check out last week's show. But as you can see, they look pretty bloody awesome. We've got the Croc skin on that one and the MF Vape on that one. They're only about £5 or £10 depending on what type you get, but do check out custom Aegis skins on Instagram or his website if you want to find out more. Right, let's have a little puff on this one. Right, so I'll have a little swig of water in a minute. 31 in the house, I think that's pretty good going for a Saturday afternoon. Big love again. On the soft stuff today, guys. Also got a bit of Diet Coke, a little bit of a product placement there. Lovely jubbly. Not the Festa, you have just the dumbed down model. Oh, right. Yeah, that's a shame then, buddy. Yeah, it is a really awesome car. I don't get out in it much, so I'm looking forward to going out for a spin in it later on. Because I'm still in lockdown, I don't really go out of the house very much. Right, let's crack on with it then, guys. Like I say, we're going to go down for the unboxing now, and we're going to crack on with the review. Anyone else who's just joined us, Robert Thompson, how you doing, buddy? Everyone else in there, big love for tuning in. I will be ignoring chat for the next half an hour or so don't think I'm ignoring you. I've just got I've got a professional review to do for you guys. So, like I said before, Sourcemore, the ones that gave it to me. Where is it? Up there. There's the logo. Check out their website if you want to check it out. I will be putting the prices and stuff later on and having a look at their website. Right, this is the worst bit, making sure it all works. So, right, here we go then. I have a coffee in hand. Right, unboxing, here we go. Right, so here's the box then. Does come in a number of different colours. We'll show you that on the website later on. You get your instruction manual, a little quality control card there, spare glass tank, that's 3mm, the one I've got is, and we get a little coiling tool. I always use the original coily tool. Right, there's your bag of spares. We've got an Allen key. You get a 510 drip tip adapter, bag full of O-rings, and you get a couple of flathead screws, but I've taken mine out and put the hex style ones in there because I'll tell you about it later on, but my screwdriver just fits better using the flat ones. There it is then, in all its glory, Kylin Mini version 2. On the top we got an 810 fitting drip tip, and that's what it looks like inside of there. We got the O-ring that's around the top, so your aftermarket drip tips will fit in. One thing to point out though, that the depth is a little bit shallow, so not all your tips are going to fit in that one. Screw fill with this one, you got an O-ring around the top, and we got threads, and there's your filling ports, so it's really easy to fill. You can just chuck it anywhere and it will just go down there because you've got these lovely recessed ports, so it's a really good design, that one. Really do like it. And so you screw that on there, no bayonet fitting this time. We got adjustable airflow there with a number of holes on both sides. A little bit of nerding, it's not the roughest in the world. We'll talk about that later on. And you can close off your holes, so you can close off your columns. You can have it fully shut, it will stop. You've got stoppers on either side, or you can open up the independent columns of 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. And you can have it on both sides and it will stop in that position. Right, there's a look at the bottom. We'll try and get a bit closer. Kylin Mini version 2. I think it's Stefan Z who designed it, and designed and manufactured by Vandy Vape. We got, I don't know if that's peak insulator, but it's a black insulator, and we got a floating 510 on it. So non-adjustable. I wouldn't recommend using that on a hybrid mechanical device for that reason. And there's your bottom there with a little bit of nerding. 24.4 at the base. Alright, sorry, it's just speeding up. Sorry about that, guys. Right, O-ring around there, O-ring around the bottom as well. The glass comes off of that. Sorry about that, it just buffered. So we got some branding on there, Kylin Mini version 2. Take the top off. The AFC ring does come off. So the airflow comes down through there. It doesn't spin around that part. I'm just double checking that it does. Comes down through those big holes, basically you see inside there. And we have got a little bit of doming, which helps give better flavour. There's your wicking ports. So that juice, you go down there and it comes through there and in through via those wicking ports. Right, that's what it looks like with your straight glass on. Make sure you got the chamfer bit at the top. That's for your putting your AFC ring back on there. And just show you the deck section. So when that airflow, it's travelling through the top there, works its way down the sides, and then it comes through there, through the sides there, the 2 rows there, and also through the bottom. We got 270 degree airflow with this one, so you get absolutely full coverage basically to Coil. Got a bit of a vert ramp situation going on. I used to work for a skate park manufacturer, so I'm very familiar with that shape. Back in the early 2000s, there's confirmation of the flathead screws. It does come pre-installed with hex style screws though. So there we go. We've got peak insulator on the left hand side for your positive. There's your post holes, posted deck. So your positive and negative, it can only go one way around your orientation. Coil sits there and your cotton sits in here. We will be doing the build in a minute, so you'll see it in all its glory. O-ring around the bottom as well, so don't lose that one. Right, so locating this, you want to look for where the juice comes in and line it up for where the wicks are on that. So just like that, and it will fit in that way. But the deck does spin round, so once it's in there, the actual deck does spin round. I don't know if I've actually shown it, but I'll show you a little bit later on. And that goes on just like that. Right, just up top, just for a slight second. Everyone who's just joining me, thank you very much. That was the unboxing and the look around. I'll just have a swig of water. Right, what we're going to do is now do the build. I recorded this live last night in one take, but I have sped it up to 1.5 on here just so it doesn't go on forever. So let's go down to the build section. Big love to everyone who's watching this one. I will come back to you all after we've done the review and talk to you. So here we go, build section. Of course, we're using Nature Vape 2-core parallels in this one. Should come out to around 0.4 ohms, 0.38 ohms. Right, there's my core. I've spaced it myself because we've got quite a wide build area on this one. 7mm on there. I used Coil Torch 7mm for my legs. Right, Nature Vape supply the cores for these channels, so do check out naturevape.co.uk. You can see the logo in the bottom right hand, left hand, right hand of the corner. Right, so there you can just see, the orientation can only go one way, which is a little bit of a con. Get your coiling rod in there. So you've already cut your legs at 7mm. You can try 6.5, 7.5, whatever you want, but I found 7mm does work very well. So get your coil in there. I've just spaced it a little. I will be frigging around a little bit here, pulling it up, getting the coil nice and tight. When you've got it all nice and tight, because it's a space coil, you won't need much pulsing, but if you're using a contact coil, you're going to have to pulse it a lot more and give it a few rakes to try and get rid of the hot spots. Doing it like I've done it here, you won't get many hot spots. Coming out 0.28, it will go up later on. It is stainless steel as well. Right, so there we go. We're just bedding the coil in. What you want it going evenly from the inside out. Only takes 2 or 3 pulls when you're using a space coil. And that's the coil positioning. You want to have it something like that, just basically to the top of the line of that top row of holes, somewhere around about that. All right, there we go. We can let that cool down for a minute now, and then we can get our cotton in. Anyone who's watching, I will catch up with chat a little bit later on when we've done the review. Right, so I'm using a piece of firebolt cotton here. I've used Muji. I've done about 4 or 5 builds in this one with different wicks. Talk about it later on. But with this particular juice that I'm using 80-20. I cut the leads so they're not going all the way to the bottom, but you want a mil or two of a gap, and we will talk about that in depth when I give you my thoughts. But this works well if you're using 80-85% VG, the way I'm doing it. You want to have it a little bit shorter. If you're using 50-50, 60-40 or 70-30, you could probably get the cotton down to the bottom. But I tried 70-30 down the bottom, and I was getting a few dry hits. So I tend to cut it at least a mil or two shorter than the bottom, even with 70-30. So you have been warned. This one is a finicky bugger to wick. And I'll talk about it a little bit later. But this particular build I've got here, it vapes like an absolute dream. We've got it in here, so pay attention. Right, we've got no retainer ring, so you literally have to pat your cotton down in there. Wet your wicks before you put it in there, so it helps it sit in there easy. And you can just see there we've got a little gap down the bottom. It helps with the capillary action of the wicking. I do frig about when I'm wicking. I start pulling it up and down because I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. But something like that would do nicely. Just make sure it's all tucked into the sides, because when you put that base on, the chimney back on, you don't want it snagging. Otherwise, it'll pull your cotton out to the side, and it won't wick very well if you do that. There we go. That's looking pretty good. A little bit of tug in there. Who misses. So just make sure it's nicely tucked into the sides. I've got a little gap in there because, like I say, I'm using max VG in my tank. We've got 85 VG. 85% VG. I'm happy with that. You can take it off and put the deck on because it does spin round that deck. But I've worked out how you can do it on the mod. So just line up your juice thing there, and then you can actually do it up with it on the mod. So there we go. We can now put some juice in this one, and you'll see in a minute how easy it is to fill this one up. You've got some nice kidney-shaped juice holes, and we've also got the recessed part as well, which is sort of on a chamfer. So you can sort of overfill it a little bit as long as it doesn't come over the top, just like that, just under that O-ring, and you should be good to go. And that is it. So let's go back up to the main cam. Say hello to all you beautiful people that are watching. So how are we doing then? Right, I'll just say hello to anyone who might have just joined us in here. Tell it like it is. Hello, sir. Mark Andrews, how you doing? UK Vape, sir. Look at this ugly old man. You are just jealous, mate. Look at my hair. It's all in one place still. Right, Ash 9420, how you doing, buddy? Kirk Stevens, late again. No worries, mate. We'll have timestamps on it later on, so you can go back to wherever. Hooked on Funk. Hey, MFA at work today. Just want to say hi. Thank you very much. Right, so we'll come to the chat in a minute. We'll say hello. We'll talk about this. You can give me your thoughts if you have got the Kylin Mini later on. But now I'm going to give you the rest of the review, because we've got a lot to talk about with this little puppy. We'll have a quick drag on it. Right, I've had this literally a week, and I've put about 4 or 5 builds, and I've wicked it 5 or 6 times. And yeah, this one is not just one that you're going to wick up and get perfect first time. Well, unless you're very lucky, in my opinion. Anyway, this is what we're looking like with the bubble tank on. We've got it on the Aegis Max, and we've got the custom Aegis skins. Hooked on Funk is the gentleman who provided that for me. Right, start of build quality, fit and finish. It's pretty decent. Vandy Vape usually do pretty decent stuff, but I have had a bit of a checkered past with them. I've had the Kylin V1, Kylin V2. I've had some other tanks. The Pyro V3 was pretty good, but the Kylin V1, I had all sorts of problems with it. The chimney got snagged on. I couldn't undo it. I tried to send a video to Vandy Vape, and they wouldn't replace it. So, yeah, I went off Vandy Vape for a hell of a long time until I got the Kylin V2. Now, that one was one of my favourite tanks. I think it was 2018, but it has got a bit of a leaky bottom on that little bad boy. This one suffers no leaking on the bottom because we are top airflow going down to the bottom, and there is confirmation of a completely bone dry bottom on it. Right, the dimension 24.4 by 37.7 in length, and we got 3mm and 5mm capacity with the bubble tank. 2mm and 5mm, I believe, are the EU versions. Right, so the build quality, it is very well put together. The threads are nice on here. The AFC ring has got a lot of restriction to it, so if you get juice around here, it's a little bit hard to undo, in my opinion. Because even though we've got some lines on there, if you get juice on there, it's a bugger to undo. But I do like it because it's not going to just undo in your pocket or anything. So that's not bad. The O-ring tolerances are very good on here. The build deck's nice. The grub screws are nice. There's nothing wrong with those hex-style screws. It's just that my screwdriver, the bit wouldn't actually go in because it was a little bit too long. So I found it easier using the flatheads. We have got a spinning deck on here, which, yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of it, because if I just take this apart, now my cotton's all going to be snagged, but there you go. Right, this here, I didn't really show you down low, but this will spin around, just like that. When you hold on the bottom, it will spin around. So it is easier to do your build and then get your tank and put it in after you've done the build. So, and it's sometimes hard to find out what way round to do it. So you just got to look for the juice holes on there and then put it in. I've got to put it up the M.I.L because I can't see shit. And then once you've got it in, you can then do it up. But sometimes you might get a little bit of a snag. So that isn't the best. But generally, it's, machining's very good on it. We've got no burrs or rough edges. But yeah, that build deck is it's inherent. There's a few tanks that have had that in the past. But yes, just thought I'd better point it out. But once it's in there, it all works very well. Absolutely no leaking. The O-rings are brilliant. So fit and finish, the appearance, I don't particularly like the look of it. It looks a bit bulbous, bit of bottom heavy. It looks like a fat bloke with a beer gut, this one. With the straight glass, it does look better. But the problem with the straight glass is you've got less room for your juice to flow down. And if you're using Max VG, you'll find it doesn't wick as well. And we'll get onto that in a minute. Right, let's have a little puff on it. I'm using a 0.4 ohm it's coming out at now. 0.399, the resistance. Now, I've done 4 or 5 builds in here. I've used the Alien at 0.3. I've used a Tricore Fuse at 0.2. I've had one in between that, I think 0.25, 0.6. I use some of my stainless steel Flapton wire. And but the best build that I've used is the one that we got in there. The just regular fused Clapton. I'm using stainless steel 316L from Nature Vape, coming out at 0.4. Because what I'm finding is if you put big fuck off cores in here, like big Aliens, which are fat, I found you need more wattage. And doing this 70 watts plus, it might work for a couple of puffs, but you can't really chain vape on it. It won't keep up with the wicking. So this is my experience from it. You can watch other reviews. They might have different opinions on it. But if you are going to be doing that, you're going to have to cut your wick a little bit shorter, especially if you're using 80-20 or 85-20. If you're using 70-30, 60-40 or 50-50, you can leave that wicking a little bit longer. But anyway, let's... the build I've got in here as well, we can do it around 40 to 60 watts, which is going to suit a lot of people. So we've got the airflow open and we're going to do it at 50 watts, but airflow is fully open here. Anyone in chat will talk to you in a second. We're just going to get on with my thoughts. Here we go. Right, that's 50 watts. And airflow fully open. It's quite a wide airy vape. It's like over a 9 out of 10, with 10 being a super wide, 1 being like a super tight mouth to lung. So if you put a wider internal diameter coil in it, like a 3.5 or 4 mil, it will restrict it more. So you can do that. But like I say, you start putting big chunky coils in here, you may find it struggles with the wicking. So for me, the 0.4 ohm fused Clapton is perfect. But we will just pump the wattage up because that's wide open. Right, 60 watts. Nice and smooth, but it is rather on the loud side. And 70 watts now. And for me, because I've got a 0.4 ohm coil, starting to taste a little bit like the coil is starting to be a little bit burnt. So if you're using a more like a 0.2, 0.3 ohm, you are going to be able to go up there a little bit more. But I just think this one, I don't really like vaping single coils at mega wattage. I would much rather use my JKV2 77.6. If you want higher wattage, use 2 coils because you get more flavour anyway. There's no doubt about it. But with this one, I'm going to restrict the airflow to a half now, and we're going to put it at 45 watts. So, right, we've just got four of the columns open now, 45 watts. I'll give you a flavour rating in a minute. Could even restrict that a little bit more, nice and smooth. Right, actually, there we go. That's about halfway. We've got 4 rows now. About 50, I think. So it's nice, but I think we can go a little bit higher with this build. 55 watts, I think, is the sweet spot. Right, very nice. Right, one thing, this tank, don't know if you can see, we do get airlocks occasionally as well. So if you open up the top, you might be able to see bubbles. Sometimes if you find it's going a little bit dry, you have to do that. It releases the bubbles from the top, and it should work better afterwards. A little bit high, that wattage. So yes, like I say, the wicking is the key with this one. Just going to have a look at my notes here. Right, so let's go on to some other cons. Right, the drip tip. If you want to put other drip tips on here, which have got a deeper bore than that on there, you'll find that it doesn't fit properly. Now, other reviewers, I did take a peek to see what other people, no one else picked up on that, but I don't know if you can see. It's not too bad, that one, but some of them you've got a like mil or two gap, which is a little bit annoying. The good thing is though, it comes with a 510 drip tip adapter, and I've got my own drip tip here, and if you want better flavour and you're doing it a lower wattage, you might find that this helps putting that in. So we'll just give this a puff now. Much better, in my opinion, using a 510 tip. And that's like the sort of ball we've got in there. If you want to do higher wattage and that, and trust your wick and whatever else, crack on at 75, 90 watts with a 810. But if you like 40 to 60 watts, there you go, 50 watts, 510 tip in it, airflow restricted to a half. Absolutely pucker. Right, let's get on to the flavour then. Right, I've got some Kerno Black e-liquid in it, and it's 85 VG. And I use it in my Juggernaut V2 as well, which is probably my best tank, dual core tank that one is. This one for flavour, with this liquid, with this build, I'm getting 9 out of 10. So it is very good flavour, this particular tank. However, now this is the drawback, what I found with this one. I tried Just Jammy in here, which is a strawberry jam. I tried my King Juice strawberry jam, and I was finding the flavour was very muted, no matter what build, what cotton I've done. So it wasn't that great. It was a bit wishy-washy. And usually, you know, if I put it in my Juggernaut V2, for example, the Just Jam is very good. But it wasn't that great. But if you're using a coulardery type vape like this one, blackcurrant, your high-end sort of, you know, fruits, you're getting a good vape, a nice bit of coularder. I've also tried the Just Jam Summer Blackcurrant, and that shines in the Kylin Mini 2. But if you're vaping, like, I haven't tried any desserty vapes, but my Just Jam wasn't tasting awfully saturated. That's what I've found. But if you get a nice bit of Kerno Black, Summer Blackcurrant, you're getting really good flavour. Yeah, but it is very good. You get a nice smooth airflow. Like I say, you've got to take your time in the wicking. You might have to take a few builds for it. And that's basically it, guys. I think it's pretty good. Like I say, I didn't take it straight out of the box and get the best build. I had to take a few different builds with this one. So if you can persevere, you can do a bit of experimenting, and you know, you might find the right build straight away. But for me, it's a little bit finicky for me. It's a bit of a pain in the arse to get. I found the same with the Destiny RTA as well. Whereas other single core latties I got, such as the Gator RTA in restricted direct to lung, Double Up RTA, even the Kelpie RTA, the Aromaza Light and the Aston RTA, I just think are easier to wick, and they give really good flavour. My favourite single quarter is the Aston RTA, which we reviewed 2 or 3 weeks ago. The Gator RTA is a close second. But like I say, the Kelpie RTA is good. The Aromizer Light is good as well. The Kylin Mini, it is very good, the flavour is, but it isn't my favourite tank because, like I say, I've had a few issues, and the wicking, it's not that easy. So if you're a newbie, I'm not sure you're going to get the best flavour out of this straight away. But do a nice 0.4 ohm sort of build in here. Get your wicking right. Maybe cut it a little bit shorter if you're using high VG, and you'll get cracking flavour. Let's have another puff. I'm going to restrict it down a little bit more. So we've got 3 columns. 48 watts. I think that was my sweet spot. Even with 3 holes, 3 columns, that's getting restrictive now, but it's not too restrictive. Like I say, it is quite an airy vape. With it fully open, it's far too wishy-washy, the vape, but do it around there, 510 drip tip on. And it is very good. Like I say, I don't think it's pipping me Aston RTA though. This one, you've got 2 little holes on each side. I think they're 2 mil each. And the flavour I get out of this is absolutely awesome. More concentrated, and because it's going up a narrower bore, I just think single coil attage, restricted direct to lung, that's my bag. That's how I like to do it. If you want open airy vapes, put 2 coils in it and get yourself a Juggernaut V2. That's the way I would what I would recommend. But it is a decent RTA. I'm giving it 9 out of 10 for flavour if you get the right juice in it. But yeah, you just might take a bit of frigging about with your wicking. So we'll leave it there, guys. That is the end of the review for the purpose of the timestamps, and it's 3:42 in the afternoon. Big thanks to Sourcemore for sending over for review. It's very much appreciated. Right, we'll have a look at chat now. We will go on to the Sourcemore website in a minute as well, so we can show you about that. In fact, let's do that now. Got the wrong one on there. Get the right bloody site on, mate. Right, here we go. Right, Sourcemore site here. And if you log in, if you've got an account with Sourcemore, you can get it for $20, and you pay $3 extra, you can get a colour. So it comes in these different colours. If you aren't logged in and you just look on here, it will say $35. So that's what we're rocking like in Sourcemore. So here we go. There's a picture of all the colours there. So there's confirmation of the specs. And there's a little bit more info, coil installation and all of that. But that's on Sourcemore's website, so if you do want to check it out, you can do. I got it sent free of charge from Sourcemore, but I have got my own account because I have purchased stuff for them, from them in the past. But that is Sourcemore website. Right, other prices in the US of A. I had a look at a couple of sites, and I found it ranged to be about $33 to $35 USA. In the UK, I've seen it between $25.99 and £35. You can go on places like eSig1, and there's other ones on there as well. But if you want to get it a little bit cheaper, head over to Sourcemore, where you can pick it up for $20, it looks like. You have to pay for delivery as well, but yeah, not bad prices at all. Because that's the thing, my Aston RTA is retailing between £40 and £50. I think eSig1 might have it on offer at the moment for about $40. But it's horses for courses. If you want to get, let's rate this at $20. This is absolute steal, the Kylin Mini. So yeah, really good flavour. You have to fuck around with your wicking and all of that. For $20, do you know what I mean? Horses for courses and all of that. Anyway, let's scroll up in chat, seeing what everyone's doing. Sorry I've been ignoring chat, guys, but to do the review, I want to get it done professionally as I can do, even though it's on Meltdown in lockdown. But yeah, I'll get onto the chat now. We can have a little natter. All right, anyone in chat got it and want to tell me what their experiences are with the Kylin Mini. Right. What we got in here? And UK Vapes. I'm jealous, you beautiful bastard. Love you, bro. Love you, UK Vapes. So thanks for popping in, mate. Ashley's using his Rebel inline 250C with the QPM 25, followed by some Bruised Brother Ice Tropical. Thanks for sharing. No meltdown. It might be because I'm not drinking alcohol. Still out of Hooked on Funk. You've probably gone already. Gonna clean mine out. I was trying to stainless steel build. Waited half an hour for you to come on, then got busy. Hi all and Simon. Hi Jem. Thanks for tuning in. Big love to you. Robert Thompson, the Kent site's still in my rotation. The flavour I'll get for it is still up with the best. That's one RTA I never had actually, mate. But like I say, there's old tanks I've got that still work. The Reload, the original one, really like. Got loads of old ones that work very well. The Waterford Troll is another good RTA. The OBS Engine Nano, I like that one. This is one of the best tanks of the year. No wicking issues at 70-30. Great threads. My only downside is the screw top. Should have been a quarter turn and that would have made it the best tank. Thanks for sharing your opinions, mate. Net Reality. I've been using Custom and it was not impressed. Did mute. Tried Heisenberg and it was sharp and bright. Used the 3-minute frame staple at 58 watts. There you go. People are going to get different results for this. Like I say, it is a very good tank. I gave it 9 out of 10. If you're using a like Coulada vase vape, high-end fruit like a blackcurrant, works very well indeed. Hi Michelle B. Thanks for tuning in. Big love. Right, Simon62 uses Sourcemore all the time, up to 10-day delivery from China. Thanks for sharing that, mate. You need a beer, Mike. No, I don't need a beer. I feel pretty relaxed, in fact, and I'm going to go out and get some fish and chips very shortly as well. I have the Kylin Mini V2 and I still get dry hits. Maybe try what I did down low, mate, and use a lower mass coil. I'm not getting dry hits now. Like I say, you need to persevere with it, mate. If you're using a big complex coil in there, you might struggle with it, in my opinion. Mine had a missing button O-ring, wouldn't screw in properly. Used the spare, then had no problem. My screw top's really nice. Thread on it. Yes, it'd be better if it was a bayonet, but to be honest, I quite like screw tops. Especially when the threads are nice. Got no issues at all. So, of course, with these mass-produced tanks, you might have the odd one that isn't up to the QC and all of that. But, no, I don't think it's the build quality in that. I think it's pretty good. Right, anyone else had any issues with theirs or any plus points? Oh, with the bottom O-ring down there, you mean? Or in there? Anyone who's getting muted flavour, try a 510 drip tip because it does make the flavour go up by at least 10% in my opinion. Fish and chips, great idea. That's dinner sorted. Yeah, I thought I'd go out. If I have a couple of drinks in the afternoon, I can't go out for a drive. So, yeah, it's just nice to be able to go out in the car and get a bit of a takeaway in so we don't have to cook. Too thick and is detriment to the look of the tank. I think it looks a little bit pig ugly, to be honest. But I'm not too fussed about that. That's the one thing I like with the Juggernaut V2. I just think it looks mint, especially when we turn it around that way. Let's have a little puff on this. Anyone who just likes single core Atties, you're missing out because the Juggernaut V2 is absolutely tremendous. The flavour is just that much better. Oh, I love it. Absolutely adore it. Yeah, 510, mate. We'll put the other one on. But like I say, not all your 510s are going to fit. You might have a gap in it. I think all single quality should have 510s personally, but there you go. There you go. Put that one back on. It is nice. You're getting a different experience. It's nice either way. You could probably put more wattage through it. Put it out to 55. It's nice. I just prefer it with the 510. Right, anyway, guys, this one ain't going to be a long one this week because we haven't got much else to show you, because I was expecting the Nest RTA vertical cool rebuildable dripping atomizer by Nature Vape. He's sending them already on his website, but I hopefully have it in next week if he's sent it to me. I think he has sent them to reviewers now, but I haven't got it yet. But the plan is, not sure about next week. I might be busy next weekend, so it might be the week after that we're doing the next live review. But we've also got the Vaporesso Pod. We will be doing a specialist, like beginner's vape type review at some point as well. But apart from that, what else have we got coming in? We've got the Reload 26 dual core RTA that I've got from Le Petit Vapoteur the other day, because I had some coupons, some discounts, reward points, that's what it's called. So we've got that. And we've also got the Wasp Nano Dual. Looking forward to trying that. So we got a dual core Wasp Nano coming as well. Like I say, I'm a bit of a hobbyist vapor, so we're getting the Reload 26 RTA and the Wasp Nano Dual coming next week. Should be here by Wednesday, hopefully. And so that's what will be happening. We might have a weekend off next week, and then we'll have the Nest RTA. And then, who knows, we might have the Pod, we might have the Reload 26, or we might have the Wasp Nano Dual. But mushy peas or garden peas? I do like mushy peas. I have curry sauce of mine as well, mate. I am a bit of a fan of my curry sauce. I usually get a Savoy as well, because we don't eat batter, me and Lisa, because it's got gluten in it. And Lisa's celiac, and I tend to follow a gluten-free diet as well. And it helps you stay slim as well, which is always good. Right, guys, so unless anyone's got anything else they want to talk to me about, we've got 8 minutes. If you want to ask me something quick, you can do. I want to get this one off the air by 3 o'clock. There's no point in leaving it too much longer. But if you've got anything you want to ask me, please do so now. Just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who has tuned in today. It's very much appreciated. Like I said, we've always... when I get round to doing the timestamps, it'll either be tonight or tomorrow. We'll have timestamps on it. So if you want to check out the unboxing or you want to check out the rebuild, I'll have timestamps. You basically go into the description and you click on it, click on the number like 10 minutes in, whatever, and it'll go straight to it. So I've done that with all my live reviews, because I have noticed I'm not getting as many views as I used to. And I'm thinking, is it because people just can't be asked to sit through an hour, hour and a half? But you don't have to. You can just click to where I've done the build or the unboxing. So please bear that in mind, anyone who is watching. Obviously, I do appreciate when people tune in live, because it's great to have the interaction with you all. Got mine, mate. That's fun to do on camera. What's that, mate? Big loves, Sub-Ohm Silver, Neil. Thank you very much, mate. Of course, everybody, check out Sub-Ohm Silver. We've got Net Reality in chat. We've got Late Night Vape Show, and I believe Simon62. If there are any other reviewers in there that want to shout out, give me a little question or something. Finding Nature Vape calls really loud in the RDA could be my Wicking. Yeah, I've noticed a few people saying on TVP's Facebook group that, yeah, they might have a few issues with that. I'm a little bit worried about that Nest RDA. Mark seems to think it's all right, and I know TVP's had a prototype, and I believe he got on all right with it. Oh, the Nest. Yeah, I certainly won't be building that one live, because it looks an absolute royal pain in the arse to do. Right, guys, you're all being shy in chat, so we're going to leave it there. I think that was I really enjoyed that review. It's nice to do it totally stone cold sober for a change. Like I say, if you want to purchase it, go on to Sourcemore. There you go there. Kylin Mini V2 supplied by Sourcemore. If you want to check out the Coils, we got in here to come in packs of 8. You can get them from Nature Vape. And yeah, that is it, guys. So I'll give you my fucking hell, mate. Where are you? The Nest is surprisingly easy to call. Well, thanks for that, Net. I will be checking it out next week. But everyone who's tuned in, you are absolute legends. Anyone who's watching it on replay, you're also legends too. Do bear in mind we have got those timestamps though if you want to cut and go to whatever section you want. Mark Andrews, nice review, mate. Many thanks for the 510T. No pun intended. No worries, mate. Big love, buddy. Do it live on your bike, Net Reality. Great stream, Mike. Cheers. Bye, chat. Simon62, great afternoon live. Enjoy your fish and chips, guys. Thank you very much, Simon62, you absolute legend. And everyone else out there. So have a great rest of your Saturday. And yeah, that is it. Robert Thompson, big love to you, buddy. And I'll see you all later. Cue the outro. Here we go. And also, don't forget to like and subscribe the video. I'll just leave this one running for a little bit longer. See you later, guys. Big love.